Hey everyone, how are we doing today? OLIS ASMR World here. Hopefully you're all good. It is Monday, the 11th of March, my mother's birthday today, and I, being a terrible son, forgot to send a card. So I'm going to run out shortly and get one sent. What a bucket I am. Anyways, I figured we're in a different setup. We're in the living room today, the front room. And the reason for that is because it's just where I am. There's better lighting today in here, but the problem is we're near the main road, so you might hear some cars and traffic. Bloody stuff left around. So just ignore the noise. I figured we're a bit all over the shop with the channel at the minute. Yeah, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of the other. We need to get back to our roots a little bit, maybe. Hang on, guys. And our roots, the original point of this whole channel, if you remember, was ASMR football. So today I want to take a chance or an opportunity to talk about football. Something that I've not lost interest in the slightest, but I've just not put as much effort into the football side of things lately. Actually sitting down and chatting about it, so let's do it today. Today I want to talk about your team. So move this camera down a little bit. Yes, your team and yours. And you over there. All your teams. If they're, I'll say that if they're in the Premier League or Championship, we're going to cover it quick time, okay? Maybe we'll have time to go through a couple of other leagues as well. We'll take a look. Anyways, over the weekend, some really bad results for me. I'm a United fan first and foremost. Tottenham have been my second team since I was 7 years old. They also lost. Wolves are my hometown team. That's where I'm living for the last 12 years. So I like to see Wolves do well. And they were winning at Chelsea and only got a draw in the end, which was disappointing. Let's go through the table and just talk about the different teams. The Premier League this is. We'll start at the bottom, work our way up. So Huddersfield, they took on Bournemouth at home. If you're at home and you're bottom of the league in the Premier League, you need to be getting victories. You can't be losing at home 2-0 to Bournemouth. You need to definitely put more of a fight than that. What's their points at the minute? 14 points from 30 games. That's like less than half a point per game they've been able to get. I mean, Fulham have only got 17, but Huddersfield, Wagner kept up last season, did a good job. I just don't understand why they didn't go out and get the players that they needed. Because when you stay in the Premier League, you get a lot of money. You get a stack of money for staying up. They could have gone out and spent some of that on a couple of decent players to really give them a chance this season. Wagner went. They brought in this new bloke, whose name escapes me, and it's just not worked out. Maybe they'll keep him on next season. I would not be surprised if they don't. I mean, look at West Brom. They've just got rid of Darren Moore. He came in at the end of last season, showed that he was capable of doing a good job for them. He's gone up to 4th in the Championship, and he's gone, just sacked like that, which I think is quite disrespectful. But getting back into the Premier League is worth more than missing out, obviously, and it's worth more than loyalty to a manager. But Huddersfield, they're going down now for definite. There's no way back there. 14. Well, Burnley are in 17th place, and Huddersfield is 16 points behind Burnley. They've only got 14 points from 30 games. They're not going to get 16 from the next 8 games. No chance. We have Fulham in 19th. Now, when they came up, I was really happy for them. I wanted Fulham to do really well. I think it's a real shame that they haven't, that they really struggled. They brought in some good players. Andre Schürrle started really well. Jean-Michel Seri didn't do too well, and he cost them a lot of money. Mitrovic, Jokanovic, what do you mean? He got him on a permanent, and he started doing well, but he soon drifted away. Sorry guys. And now it's just looking like a matter of time before Fulham are officially relegated. Jokanovic obviously got the sack. They brought in Ranieri. Why? I don't know. I mean, you could say, well, Ranieri's just going to got the Roma job, which he has done part-time till the end of the season. And you could say, well, you know, if he's good enough for Roma, he's good enough for Fulham. I think Fulham were living off the idea that he'd won the Premier League a couple of seasons earlier, and would therefore be able to do something similar with Fulham, or at least keep them up. It didn't work. Fulham are going down. Cardiff City, great win. Oh, let's go back. What was Fulham's result on the weekend? Fulham lost 3-1 away at Leicester. They go back to 1-1 and went on to lose 3-1. Cardiff, though, great win at home against West Ham. Bad result for West Ham, that is, but great result for Cardiff, a 2-0 victory. And they are now in 18th place, still relegation, but on 28 points, moves them away from Fulham and Huddersfield, who both lost. Burnley lost at Liverpool yesterday, so Cardiff now just 2 points off Burnley and 2 points off Southampton, and also with Southampton beating Spurs. If Southampton had lost that game, then Cardiff now would be a point ahead of Southampton. I hope Cardiff and Burnley stay up, I honestly do, but I can't see Southampton going down, they're too good. I mean, United went to PSG and won 3-1 away. That same United team, maybe not exact same squad, but line-up rather, but still United at home, nearly lost to Southampton, ended up winning 3-2. So Southampton, after beating Tottenham in the next game, I'd say they are more than good enough to stay up. Hey, look at Ward-Prowse's goals. What a free kick taker he is. Probably the best in the Premier League at the minute. You don't see that many good free kicks in the Premier League these days. So to see Ward-Prowse score 2 in 2 weeks is pretty impressive. Burnley, I was listening to the game yesterday, scored the free kick direct from a corner against Liverpool. Ashley Westwood, his first goal since 2016, I think it was, when he scored for Villa back then. And Burnley went on to lose the game 3-1, which is rather disappointing. Really frustrating actually, as when I was a kid, I used to go and watch Burnley. I went to see him at Wembley and at Turf Moor a fair few times. Watched him in the League Division 2 playoff, I think it was against Stockport County. And then this big 7-foot tall bloke called Kevin Francis, he was huge. But Burnley, it's not looking too clever for them. They were like an 8-match unbeaten run, but now I think they've lost the last 3 games, and I don't see them. I don't know if Cardiff continue with the momentum. I think Burnley will go down, which will be a huge blow. But again, what do you do if you're a club? Do you be careful with your pennies and look after them, or do you spend them and stay up? Because Fulham spent a lot and they're going down. Cardiff haven't spent a lot. Huddersfield haven't. Both are nearly down. Burnley haven't and they're nearly down. Southampton beat Tottenham 2-1, as I said. Ward-Prowse and Valerie both scored last week against United. Both scored this week against Tottenham. Great victory for them after Harry Kane had put Tottenham 1 up. Tottenham was rested on the laurels. Don't know how the Tottenham are doing in the league right now. Haven't won in 4 matches. And Southampton move up to 16th place on 30 points. And I'm thinking right now they are good enough. I like the manager as well. Houston Huttle. I think he's a very good manager, playing good football. Or House and Huttle. Sorry, whatever it is. So I think Southampton stay up. In 15th we have Brighton, who what was their result again? They beat Palace 2-1 in what is a bit of a derby between the two. I think it's like the M25 or something like that derby, something silly like that. Brighton have played a game less than Palace and a game less than Southampton, and they're on 33 points. So if they win their game in hand, whoever that might be against, let's have a look, we can work that out right now. That has to be against Chelsea. I think that's because the FA Cup final. The Carabao Cup final rather, where Chelsea took on City. So that game was rescheduled with Brighton. But they're 3 points ahead of Southampton, Burnley, and 5 ahead of Cardiff. So I reckon Brighton should eventually be safe. And they'll level on points with Palace and a game in hand. But I don't see them getting anything against Chelsea, to be fair. But a good win for Brighton all the same on the weekend. Crystal Palace in 14th on 33 points. 1 point behind Newcastle. Palace, they're up and down, ain't they, Palace? Very good side. Batshuayi in there now. Benteke, you still can't hit a barn over Banjo. You have Big Wilf, Zaha, who I don't like. Ever since his days, I like the guy. He's just got a face you want to slap, really, or a face his mother should want to slap. Sorry, it's just my opinion. Wan-Bissaka, very good player. Milivojevic, whenever he gets a chance for a penalty, usually scores them, and free kicks as well. So they've got a decent team there. And I think Palace will be more than safe now. On 33 points in 14th place, 1 point behind Newcastle. And Newcastle are in 13th on 34 points. If we're being honest, if you've got Cardiff in 18th on 28 and Newcastle in 13th on 34, that's only 6 points. Literally, I think anyone between 13th and 18th, so that's Newcastle, Palace, Brighton, Southampton, Burnley, Cardiff, any of those 6 could still go down with Fulham and Huddersfield. It's quite possible Newcastle lose a few games and other teams around and pick up wins. It's very possible. I think up above Newcastle, where you've got Bournemouth and Everton, I think that from there upwards they're pretty safe. Newcastle on the weekend beat Everton 3-2. Everton were winning that game, weren't they? Let's have a look at the goal scorers. Quick time. So Calvert-Lewin put them 1 up. Richarlison put Everton 2 up. Before Rondon we've got 1 back for Newcastle in the second half, and then Ayoze Perez with 2 in 3 minutes, 81 and 84 minutes, to win the game for Newcastle. And I don't like Marco Silva. Him and Wilfred Zaha are 2 of the most annoying people in the Premier League, in my opinion. So whenever Marco Silva loses the game, I'm quite chuffed about it. I don't know what it is, but the way he's like, we're not letting Idris Gueye go to PSG. No, he should not be allowed to say he wants to go. What did you do when you was at Watford and you want to go to Everton? You kicked up a fuss. So why is Idris Gueye any worse than you are? So Newcastle a great victory. Above them, you have Bournemouth in 12th, 37 points. They got their victory against Huddersfield on the weekend. But as we all know, Bournemouth are up and down. They can win that game and then lose the next game easily. And on Saturday, I'm just having a look if they are playing. Bournemouth play Newcastle on Saturday. Newcastle with a good victory, as we just said. So I would not be surprised to see Bournemouth slip up in that game against Newcastle. Might not happen, but it could do. So they got the victory on the weekend against Huddersfield. Wilson and Ryan Fraser. He's a good player, he's Ryan Fraser. And they're in 13th now. Bournemouth are above them Bournemouth are 12th. In 11th we have Everton, who we just said lost that game to Newcastle, which I'm quite chuffed about. For how much money they've spent, they've only won 10 games in the Premier League this season. 7 draws and 13 losses. That is not good reading. You can't be losing 13 games. And what's the point spending money on Richarlison and then having Kurt Zouma at the back? So don't forget he was part of the Stoke team last season that was relegated. I mean, how many loan deals is this going to lad have before he gets a game back at Chelsea? Everton want to be on par with a top 6 team. Chelsea a top 6 team. Kurt Zouma don't get anywhere near their team. And yet Everton want to win their defence. In 10th place, Leicester City. Finally a victory under Brendan Rodgers. Was his second or third game? Well, they drew the first one, didn't they, to Watford, or lost it? Did they lose? I think they lost the first game to Watford. And they got the victory of Fulham on Saturday. Goals from Yuri Tielemans, who got the first goal of the game. Then Ayiti equalised, Floyd Ayiti equalised for Fulham on 51, before Vardy stepped up on 78 and 86 to seal the victory. That was Jamie Vardy's 100th and 101st goals, I think, for Leicester. And that moves Leicester up to 10th on 38 points. Rodgers, I think you'll see the best of Rodgers and Leicester next season when he has time to stamp the way he likes to play on the team and brings in players that he wants to bring in. He dropped Wes Morgan for the weekend. The club captain has a big decision. In 9th we have West Ham slipped 4 points behind Watford, and that's going to happen when you lose if you're West Ham. I mean, Watford lost as well, so West Ham did have a chance to move a point behind Watford, but West Ham lost 2-0 away at Cardiff. What a loss. What a horrible result for West Ham and their fans. In 8th place we have Watford on 43 points. Now, you can't say, I mean, we're not really fighting out for top 6 now, are we? Because Wolves are a massive 13 points behind Chelsea. The top 6 is already decided. No one else is getting in that top 6 now. So we're fighting out for 7th place. Since when did 7th place become exciting? I don't know, but it's for Europa Cup place. So, I mean, how crazy is that? Think about that. You are being rewarded for finishing 7th out of 20 teams. 7th. Back when I was a kid, you had like 2 teams make the major, like the European Cup. So first and second got in there, and then I think 3rd and 4th got Europa League, and now it goes all the way down to 7th. It's crazy, crazy talk. They had the Intertoto Cup as well when I was a kid. I remember West Ham and Villa took part in that. That was another way of making it into Europe. So West Ham lost, as I said. Watford lost. They lost to, who was it? Man City, 3-1. They stay in 8th place on 43 points. As I said, 7th place right now is between, I don't know, it could still be as daft as Bournemouth in 12th place could still get 7th. Because Bournemouth are only 7 points behind Wolves, who are in 7th right now. So literally Bournemouth could do it. I don't think they will. I don't think Everton will. But Leicester on 38, they're only 6 points behind Wolves. West Ham are only 5 points behind Wolves. And Watford are only 1 point behind Wolves, who take up the 7th place. And Wolves is a great victory. Sorry, that's my bad. A great result against Chelsea. Yes, okay, they could have won the game. They was winning 1-0. Jimenez with a goal for Wolves, their first chance, and they scored, and what? Who cares? They were still winning the game until like the last minute of the match when Hazard let fire with a shot, and he went straight through the defenders and past Patricio. Up until that point now, they'd gone to Stamford Bridge and kept a clean sheet. I think they also got a draw against them earlier on in the season, didn't they? Or did they beat them earlier on in the season? I can't remember. But Wolves doing very well this season. For a newly promoted team, they've won 12, drawn 8 and lost 10. Not bad form. They'll want to turn some of them draws into victories next season, because there was a few too many draws at one point, but still great from Wolves. 6th place we have Chelsea on 57 points, and they're guaranteed top 6 now. Yeah, barring a complete meltdown, they'll get it. And as I said, they got the draw with Wolves. Maybe a bit lucky to get that draw in the end, but you'd expect them to at least pick up a point against Wolves at home. Chelsea play Europa League again this week, don't they? Sarri, will he keep his job? Well, he looked like he was definitely going to be going. And after that huge loss to Man City 6-0 away, then they get to the Carabao Cup final. They lost that, and obviously the keeper, causing trouble in that game. But maybe he's just turned it around a little bit. Abramovich maybe he's seeing a chink in, maybe a glimmer of hope rather than a chink in the armour. But at the same time, they can't really afford to let Sarri go if they have this 2-year transfer window ban or whatever it is. They can't bring anyone in. What new manager's going to want to come in if they can't sign anyone? Even if it is with Chelsea's players that they have now. So I think Sarri stays. Man United in 5th. Terrible performance in my opinion. Okay, we stopped Arsenal from having many opportunities. They had the one shot from Xhaka which went in, and they got the penalty. They didn't really do much else other than that. But at the same time, United weren't their usual Ole Gunnar Solskjaer self, so to speak. They weren't the team I've been watching for the last couple of months under Solskjaer. Maybe it's just all the excitement of Paris last week. I'm not sure, but it was really disappointing. And they're now 2 points behind Arsenal. United had 4th place and now they're in 5th place. I think right now are they now? I don't think. No, Arsenal are in that. But they were meant to be playing against Wolves. But Wolves play Man United, so Arsenal get a rest. So I honestly think that it's Arsenal's to lose now. 4th place. They could even get 3rd place. They're 1 point behind Tottenham, who are in an awful run of form. Tottenham have now lost 9 games. I mean, that is ridiculous. They are. Well, let's go back to United. So, United lost the game. I was disappointed. I thought it wasn't a penalty. We should have stayed 1-0 and then we might have had a chance of getting the equaliser. But I think that penalty knocked the stuffing out of us. Hopefully we bounce back in the league, in our next league game. Arsenal on 60 points and they're doing well under Emery. They're doing very well. 18 wins, 6 draws, 6 losses. That's 3 losses less than Tottenham. Although Tottenham have only drawn 1 game this season, whereas Liverpool have drawn 7, United have drawn 7, Wolves 8, Arsenal 6, Chelsea 6, Tottenham only got 1 draw, but 9 losses. That's no way good enough to be title challengers. As I said, I think Arsenal will get 4th place. I think it's too hard for United now, with Champions League, with FA Cup, and with injuries. So I think Arsenal get 4th. United have to settle for Europa League. I don't think we're in the Champions League. Tottenham in 3rd. Bloody awful. Absolutely awful. What have they had recently? Did they lose to Burnley? Lost to Chelsea? Lost to a draw with Arsenal? Lost to Southampton? Not good enough. Got through in Europe, great, but the league form is suffering big time. Is Pochettino right? Is top 4 the best they can hope for? Possibly. Liverpool in 2nd, beat Burnley yesterday 3-1 at home. They needed that win because City had beaten Watford the day before. Liverpool a point behind City. It's between them two now. It's a straight shootout. Liverpool are 12 points ahead of Tottenham. City are 13 ahead of Tottenham. It's going to come down to Liverpool or City and who holds their nerve. And it's going to be one of the best Premier League run-ins in years to match probably United and City when City won it in the last second. Do either of them play on the weekend in the league? So having a little look. Oh, we have Fulham taking on Liverpool next Sunday. Fulham obviously need a victory to give themselves any hope of staying up, and that won't be easy for Liverpool. Who should City have been playing? There's no match for Man City. Bournemouth, Newcastle, Burnley, Leicester, West Ham, Huddersfield, Sunday, Everton, Chelsea. No, so I'm not too sure who Man City should have been playing or when their next Premier League game is. The fixture's just all over the shop right now. So Liverpool play before City play again. So Liverpool have the chance, if they beat Fulham, to go 2 points clear of Man City for a little bit, which might give them a psychological advantage. My tip for the Premier League right now, it's tough. It really is a tough one to say. If it goes down to goals, then City have 7 more goals than Liverpool right now. I think it's City's to lose still. In all honesty, I think it's still Man City's to lose. Let's take a look at the Championship results from the weekend. We had Blackburn lose a local derby 1-0 against Preston. I'm from near Preston. That's why I was born near Preston. So that'd be a bit of like a local victory for me. But I was still about 20 minutes away on by train, to be fair. But great win for Preston there. The goal from Johnson, and then Fisher was sent off for them late on. Sheffield United beat Rotherham in another local derby, a Yorkshire derby, 2-0. O'Connell and Duffy will go through the table in a moment in the Championship. Bolton Lewandowski and O'Neill, Gary O'Neill. For Bolton, Gregory. For Millwall, Bristol City lost at home to Leeds. Bristol have been on a great run of form, about 11 victories in a row, something like that. Lost 1-0 to Leeds, so Patrick Bamford with the goal. It's great for me on my ultimate team on FIFA. So Leeds continuing their push for Premier League. Derby County, Wednesday, 1-1. Bradley Johnson for Derby. Iofa for Wednesday. Disappointing for Derby, they'd have wanted to win that game at home. They really would have, and especially as they was leading for a long time. Middlesbrough 1, Brentford 2. Ashley Fletcher for Middlesbrough on 6 minutes. Brentford come back though, and Ryan shot an own goal, and Ben Rama. He's part of my career on FIFA, and Ben Rama is great. He plays on the left, great player. So great victory for Brentford there to upset Middlesbrough. Forest 3, Hull City 0. Good win for Forest there, with goals from Carvalho, Ansarifard and Lalev. Hull getting battered there. QPR 0, Stoke 0. St. Lucas sent off on 8 minutes. Hull sent off 4. QPR on 87 minutes. Reading 3, Wigan 2. Swift, Barrow and Meaty for Reading. Nick Powell and Garner for Wigan. Bloody hell. Up until the 89th minute, Wigan had the victory. Then Barrow on 89 minutes for Reading made it 2-2. And then Meaty on 97 minutes late into injury time got the winner. West Brom 1, Ipswich 1. Great result for Paul Lambert. Johansson with a goal for West Brom on loan from Fulham. And Nolan for Ipswich. And that cost Darren Moore his job. On Sunday we had a Birmingham 0, Villa 1. I wanted Birmingham to win that game. Villa have a big ego about them. But when you see what that dickhead did to Jack Grealish, I'm chuffed to bits that Grealish then went and scored the winner in that game and pissed off the Birmingham fans because that's just disgusting. This shit should not be happening. I don't know, it happened like 2 or 3 times over the weekend, hasn't it? Fans getting on the pitch, making fools of themselves. Happened at United, Arsenal. Happened Birmingham, Villa. Happened with Rangers on Thursday or Friday, whenever that was. So a little look around Europe. Atletico Madrid beat Leganes for 1-0. Sol Niguez goal. Barca beat Vallecano 3-1 after Vallecano went 1 up through a player on loan from Real Madrid, De Thomas, where PK, Messi and Suarez got them back in it. In Germany on Saturday, Bayern Munich beat Wolfsburg 6-0. Gnabry 2 for Lewandowski, 1 for James, 1 for Muller and 1 for Kimmich. Dortmund beat Stuttgart 3-1. Royce penalty, Paco Alcacer and Pulisic. Leipzig got a goal draw with Augsburg. In Italy on Saturday, Parma beat Genoa 1-0. AC Milan beat Chievo 2-1. New signing Piatek, who come in from, I forget where, one of the Italian teams, got another goal. Over in Holland, PSV beat Braga 2-0. Luc de Jong with a goal. In France, Monaco 1-0 draw with Bordeaux. Falcao with a goal for Monaco. PSG, their game with Nantes was postponed for some reason. Maybe they haven't got over the misery of losing to United midweek. I don't know. Lyon got a 2-2 draw. 2 goals from Moussa Dembele, the ex-Celtic player, against Strasbourg. Sunday in Spain, Real Madrid beat Valladolid 4-1. Varane 2 for Benzema. Casemiro was sent off, and Modric got the 4th goal. Sevilla beat Sociedad 5-2. Ben Yedder with a hat-trick. Valencia beat Girona 3-2. Guedes, Pereiro and Torres with the goals. In Germany, Bayern Leverkusen 3, Hanover 2. Italy, Lazio. A 1-1 draw with Fiorentina. Immobile for Lazio. Napoli, sorry, that was Napoli, Sassuolo. Oh, sorry, my bad. Okay. Lazio was 1-0 with Fiorentina. Napoli was 1-0 with Sassuolo. Insigne for Napoli. Inter beat Spal 2-0. And Ajax beat Fortuna Sittard 4-0. Tadic with 2. Campos with 2. And the French League on Sunday we had a 1-0 win for Marseille over Nice with Balotelli getting the goal. Was it just at Nice? Was that against his old team? I think it was. Because they've got Vieira in charge of their Nice. So Balotelli scoring against his old team. But that went down well. And I think that just brings us to the end of this, guys. Because I've got somebody due to arrive in a minute to collect a puppy. So I just wanted to do a quick video.